once an addict has obtained and used this particular drug, the power that it has over them is absolutely captivating. Hello, my name is Pej. I'm an interventionist. I specialize in helping people with drug addiction, alcoholism, and mental health. Today we're going to talk about the blue M30 fentanyl pills. Now, blue M30 pills originally are oxycodone. These are, prescribed, but there are a lot of counterfeit pills that are out there these days. I'm getting more and more people that are talking to me about being addicted to them on a national level all throughout the United States. A lot of people are getting their hands on this stuff from the plug, from their dealer, from various sources, whether it be on the internet, the dark web, whatever. But basically what they're using is something that they think, some of them I think that they're actually getting oxycodone, but once they start using it and they see the intensity and the power that's within it, they're realizing that no, this is actually something more than that. And deep down inside, I think a lot of them know, or actually factually know, that this is truly fentanyl, but it's basically their driving force. They are so addicted to it, that's all they do. A lot of them will smoke these pills off of tinfoil. A lot of people become so dependent upon it, they realize that this is not good, this is not healthy, this is ruining my life, but this is all that they know how to do. Once they become addicted to this stuff, it becomes their everything. A lot of them are functioning in everyday life. A lot of them are going to work. A lot of them are running households, or at least attempting to. Some of them are way over the edge. Some of them are not there yet. Some of them overdose. Some of them have never overdosed. Some of them have figured out how much to use to where they don't actually overdose. Some people that are doing it have Narcan on hand. I've talked to couples where they are a man and a woman that are a couple. They're together. They use the blues. They will smoke together. They're addicted to them, and sometimes they'll even have Narcan on hand within the house for when they go out and about, just in case one of them overdoses, to be able to try to help revive them and bring them back. This is a very dangerous thing, and the reason that they're out there is obviously there are various people that will get their hands on these pill press machines, which actually press pills, and they make them look like the actual oxycodone M30 blue pills. If you actually go and Google counterfeit oxycodone press pills or the blues, you can see the difference. Like, some of them will show you what the real pill looks like and what the fake pill looks like. Now, oxycodone obviously is an opiate that's used for pain management or as a painkiller, but I believe that because there's such a need out there for people that actually have opiate addictions, sort of like they're fooled to think that they're going to be getting oxycodone, but when they're actually getting it, they're realizing that what they're getting is a whole different animal. So how do we prevent this stuff, or how do we actually educate people? When you've got kids that are adolescents that are between the ages of 12 and 18 that are constantly reaching out to me and telling me that they're on the blues, this is a very serious thing. There's obviously reports of high school kids that have overdosed and died as a result of using the blues. Let's just be straight here. Every time I call them the blues or the M30s, they're actually fentanyl. So kids are doing fentanyl. This is an epidemic. It is a growing epidemic. It is not going to go away anytime soon, if ever. There's government agencies that it's totally out of control. It's not to the point where it could even be regulated or found. There are people that are getting busted for distributing this stuff. There are actual fentanyl dealers out there that have destroyed many different people within neighborhoods that are actually getting some time and being imprisoned as a result of selling the blues. But the bigger picture is that it's being distributed to them, the people that are distributing this stuff, and that's coming in mass quantities. Often you will hear about busts of fentanyl busts, and you can see that when they show the actual evidence, there will just be mass amounts of pills. So you can only imagine how much of that stuff is individually being distributed in various areas. So what can we do about this? I mean, how can we really get in front of it? I believe, and I always believe, by raising awareness, by educating people, by getting into schools, by talking to kids, by being able to have conversations with them, by getting former fentanyl addicts to come and talk about their experiences with them. by getting the people who were fentanyl addicts and have completely transformed and changed their lives come and tell their stories on how they obtained it and why they obtained it and why they did it and how much it ruled their lives and ruined their lives and why they changed their lives and got off of it. And this isn't to try to teach the kids, how to be able to get it, because kids will be kids. A lot of youngsters know that they could get certain types of opiates within their grandparents or their parents' medicine cabinets, and so they develop an addiction to opiates at a very young age. It's a lot more common than you think these days, than it was for us way back in the day, although it was even accessible back then. But right now, opiates have been on the rise for many, many decades in pill form. So when it comes to oxycodone, if somebody actually tries a real oxycodone, it definitely has a powerful effect on them, but they will continue to try to seek that, and then they will take it to other levels and areas where other people, they're not sure how to get it, but once they figure out how to be able to obtain these, what they're getting is counterfeit pills, meaning that they're fake and they're becoming addicted to it. So any kid that usually hits me up on TikTok and wants help, I often tell them you need to talk to your parents, you need to get help. There's going to be a point in your life when you do actually want to stop, that you're going to have to go into a detox type setting to get it out of you completely, and then how does one stay stopped? And it is my specialty to try to help people get plugged into certain recovery communities, whether it's young people that need to find a young community or even older people. It's not just about quitting these and getting off of them, but it's how does one stay stopped once they do. What does a detox look like when it comes to fentanyl or the blue pill addiction? Well, when we get them into detox and they're getting the help that they need, it can be anywhere from 5 to 7 to 10 days where they are coming off of the fentanyl. They are stabilizing. There's certain types of comfort meds that are given to them under medical supervision in order for a person to not actually have to feel the type of withdrawal symptoms that come with it that they would usually have if they tried to do it without any type of medication or in a detox type of environment. Just right before we started filming this video, got a message from somebody that was telling me that they've been doing the blues for a number of years now. They watch my videos and they've tried to quit themselves 100 times, if not more, and it's always a countless vain attempts, miserable fail. They never actually can quit, and they find themselves seeking more because they can't stand to bear the pain that comes with the withdrawals that are encountered as a result of coming off of the blue fake M30 pills that are out there. So here's the thing too, when somebody goes through detox and they are finally detoxed off of, their brains will start to play with them. They'll think, maybe I wasn't so bad, maybe I overshot the mark, I need to leave this place. The best thing for a person that goes to get detox is to go in with the mindset of, I'm going to get detoxified for the last time. I don't want to feel this way anymore. The addict brain starts to function in many different ways, and when a person is in that type of setting and the smoke settles within their head and they start to think, okay, well, I wasn't so bad, they may leave early, they may AMA and go back out and seek this stuff, and usually due to the potency and the power of the actual pill, if they go back out and relapse, they will put their life at risk and definitely could potentially have an overdose that could be life-threatening. So they should stay in treatment for as long as they can and address their issue and see what it is within them that is making them seek this particular drug, because once an addict has obtained and used this particular drug, the power that it has over them is absolutely captivating. I mean, it just makes them, they will always remember that high, and if they don't see themselves staying on a long-term path of recovery, they will go out and seek it and do it over and over again. I have stories. I mean, there's so many people I've talked to that have had overdoses in the 10s and 20 and 30 times period, where paramedics know them on a first name basis. People have come and revived them. They've Narcaned them. They've helped them. They've put them in a hospital setting. People that have sat in a hospital after overdosing from smoking blues, or from just doing fentanyl, and getting out almost immediately and going right back and doing more. People that have used drugs from the same batch of pills that they've had and overdosed, and then continue to still use from the same batch, but try to lower the dose or break it in half or I mean, this is really crazy. So it's out there and it's happening. Now, things to look for if your loved one may be addicted to this stuff is burnt tinfoil, definitely. Obviously, blue pills, if you find pills that are hidden, that they're hiding within their stuff, that looks like a blue pill. They're usually round. It says an M on it. It says 30. There's a cut mark in the middle of it. This is something to look for. Again, you can always go and research this stuff on Pill Finder or on Google to look at counterfeit blue pills, counterfeit fentanyl pills, counterfeit M30s. This is, you want to learn about this stuff to see what's out there. And then on top of that, the way they behave, the way they look. If there's burn marks on their clothing because they fell asleep with a cigarette in their hand, or on their pillows, or on their hands for that matter, if their eyes are sunken, if they look like they're just worn down, if they look like they're going through it, if they start behaving different, if things start getting missing from within the house where they could potentially be stealing your stuff and going out and pawning it so that they can get more drugs. And the thing about the blues is that they're not that expensive. People can easily obtain them. Most people that use this stuff do know that that their life is going into a downward spiral, and most likely they need to get help. That's why some of them will sometimes reach out to me, because I know that there are those moments when they're totally going through it and they don't like what they're doing to their lives, how it's affecting them, and they need to get help. So they'll reach out to me, but not a lot of them follow through on actually getting help. Not a lot of families follow through on actually getting help. I'll have a conversation with somebody, and a lot of times the mother or the father will say thanks for the information, and then we won't hear from them anymore. And then there are families that actually follow through, that say, our hands are in there. We don't know how to deal with our loved one on this stuff, or on any stuff for that matter. We need your help. We need professional help, advice, whatever it will take, consultation to put together an intervention to actually intervene on that person's life and get them the help that they need. So if you or somebody that you know is struggling with the blues, the fentanyl, that's counterfeit pills to make it look like they're M30 oxycodones, I'm always here to be able to try to assist you or a loved one that might be suffering with this certain type of addiction. You can get a hold of me at 310-596-9356. I'm Pej, the interventionist.